It is the next morning, and we are going to try this out. Heat, I've dropped back down. It was at 4, and then at 3, then 2, and I'm trying it at 0 with RPMs at 4 and RPMB at 6. So we will see how this works.
Flight RPM.
Oh, bummer. Not enough. Let's see what is minimum T. Min T. So that just didn't cut it. Just for shits and giggles, since that didn't work on 4 and 6 and 0, I'm gonna just jump it back up to 4 where I started at and see what that gives me for a exhaust gas temperature on this. And then if I can reproduce it, I'm going to flip it up into full RPM to see if that exhaust gas temperature goes down. I don't know. I got some weird questions I got to answer in here. Little bit of flame. A little bit more than I like. Really hot. Now we're at idle. Now I'm shutting it off to test so I can find out what the exhaust gas temperature was on that. And then I'm going to do it exactly the same thing. I'm not going to change anything, and see if the exhaust gas temperature is different whenever I come back off of 100% RPM. So with that test, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to run it again. Before I do that, I'm going to check the exhaust gas temperature because there was quite a bit of flame out there, and I want to see if that changes with the next startup when I go to 100% RPM and back down to idle. We'll see. I got questions. The exhaust gas temperature, 369 for the average, 669 on the startup. All right. We didn't change nothing. I'm going to see if it goes through that start sequence again.
Flight RPM.
A little bit of flame. It got worse. It's getting worse. Not long, halfway through the tube. Couple of pops like it always does. I feel the heat. Okay, we're at idle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it up to full idle and see if that exhaust gas temperature goes down. That was a complete same as the last one. I didn't change nothing. Had the same exact reaction. 358 and 369. That is weird that as soon as you put it into 100%, it erases the exhaust gas temp max and records the 358 and 369. So 369 was the maximum. So that's an interesting little twist. We'll have to see if I can still get that flame down a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down to 3 on the heat, and we'll see if that works. Taking the heat down to 2, and we're going to see how that starts. Not quite as bad on the flame, but at least it started. Let's see what the exhaust gas temperature max was. 370, 672. Okay. So 672 isn't bad, but yeah, you know, for a start, I guess. I'm trying to get that flame down to almost nothing, and still keep it starting, but I haven't found that combination yet. I'm taking the heat down to 1. And see how that affects the EGT on just the idle. About the same. This time, I'm leaving the heat at 1. I'm taking the RPMs down from 4 to 3. Slowed it down a little bit, but it started nice. Let's see what the exhaust gas temp is on this. 423, that's good. I like that. Oh no, 423 was the average. 715 is the max, so that's back up. I'm taking this from 3 up to 5. Maybe that, because it got hotter as I let it spool down, or not get spooled up fast enough, or whatever. By the numbers, you know, every number is 1,000 RPM. So if it was at 3,000 RPM and it got a 700 exhaust gas temperature, 4 was at 600, maybe 5 will drop that down to below 600. Who knows? All right, let's see if spooling it up faster during the startup will change it.
Flight RPM.
Oh, no. 5 just blows it out. So it won't even start. Some bitch. All right, let's leave the RPMs at 5. Let's take the RPM B up to 8. Actually, no, let's go to 7. We'll only go to 1. Okay. Got a little bit of flame in there. Not bad. That's a nice short flame. That wasn't bad. I kind of like that. Now let's see what the exhaust gas temperature was at. 558. That's good. Okay. Now I'm changing the RPMs up to 6 from 5. A little more speed, and still at 7. Maybe we can get that flame to stop being so damn out there. Nope. All right, going from oh, that was a nice one. Nice short flame on that one. So now we'll see what the exhaust gas max was, because I went from 7 to 8 on the RPM B on that last test. 536. That's pretty damn good. I haven't been able to get it below 500 so far on a start. All right, I've done a couple tests, and I've gotten the temperature down below 500 for the max EGT on startup. So I'm just slowly taking these two up to get that number down. Let's see what that does. Now we're at idle. Now we'll see what that is. What the EGT was, 372, 456. We're getting better and better each time I raise up these numbers. So we'll up it to 9 and 12 and see what that gets me. I think I found the threshold where it won't start. But it started really good, so not too much flame. We're still accelerating. We're at idle. Stabilized at about 365, just like it should be. Now we'll check the EGT on that one. All right, and the EGT was 368, 452. I think it's about as low as I'm going to be able to get it with what I think I'm doing right. Who knows? That could be a whole run. The whole damn thing gonna blow up soon. But with I got the flame down as small as it can be, and I got the EGT down below 500 on these two settings with the RPM S and the RPM B, which I don't know what that is or what it does, but it seems like it's adding fuel. And then the heat, I'm not sure what this one is either. That's what sucks. I don't have a menu, so I don't really know, but this seems to be working the best so far.